My friends, citizens, and seekers of justice, we live in an age of doubt, an age where political discourse is often reduced to performance, where the loudest voices are not always the wisest, and where justice itself has become a contested idea rather than a shared aspiration. In such times, we must return to first principles. Let me remind you, the principles of justice are not merely aspirations or noble sentiments. They are the rightful object of our moral reasoning, the central compass by which we are to navigate the complex terrain of political life. If we abandon these principles, we are not simply choosing a different policy, we are choosing to erode the very foundation upon which a fair society is built. In my work, I proposed what I called justice as fairness. I urged that we think about justice not in the abstract, but from behind a veil of ignorance, as if we did not know what social position we would occupy, what race, gender, or wealth we would inherit. From this neutral perspective, what principles would we agree to, knowing they might apply to us no matter where we end up? This is not a game of hypotheticals. It is the most moral exercise a democracy can perform. If we would not accept laws or institutions knowing we might be the least advantaged in society, then those laws and institutions are unjust. It is as simple and as profound as that. How this applied. Then when I developed this framework, the United States was grappling with civil rights, war, and inequality. Political decisions too often benefited the powerful at the expense of the vulnerable. I argued that any social contract must prioritize equal basic liberties, fair equality of opportunity, and the difference principle. Inequalities are only justifiable if they benefit the least well-off. These were not radical ideas. They were a return to moral clarity, a call to embed justice into the DNA of political decision-making. How this applies today. And now I see your time, half a century later. And I must ask, have we made moral progress, or have we merely automated inequality? Do our institutions reflect justice, or the interests of entrenched power? Today we see growing wealth gaps, racial injustice, attacks on democratic norms, and the erosion of truth itself. In many corners of the world, and yes, in America too, politics has become a theater of self-interest rather than a forum of collective reasoning. The veil of ignorance is no longer used in policy deliberation. Instead, we see policies crafted by those who know precisely who will benefit and who will be left behind. This is the root of democratic decay. We cannot speak of justice while excluding those whose voices are not loud enough, whose wealth is not great enough, whose power is not inherited. Democracy without justice is not democracy at all. It is oligarchy in democratic dress. My advice for today. If I may offer guidance to your moment, it is this: return to the veil of ignorance. Before passing a law, ask, would I accept this law if I were the poorest, the least educated, or the most marginalized? Reclaim the moral space in politics. Justice is not partisan. It belongs to the human conscience. Elevate leaders who speak to principle, not just performance. Educate for reason. Our greatest defense against tyranny is not force, but rational moral thought. Teach philosophy, teach civics, teach people how to think, not just what to think. Remember the least advantaged. If the least among you are thriving, then you know your society is working. If not, you are failing. Resist cynicism. The idea that justice is naive or idealistic is the refuge of those who benefit from injustice. Do not let irony, sarcasm, or tribalism replace moral imagination. A just future. The principles of justice must guide your choices, not only in courtrooms and capitals, but in your schools, businesses, neighborhoods, and social networks. Let your legacy be a society where the strong lift up the weak, where decisions are made through reasoned fairness, and where justice is not a slogan, but a structure. You have not inherited a perfect society, but you have inherited the tools to perfect it. Use them wisely, use them bravely, because justice is not an option. It is the only sustainable path to peace.